Hi, how's it going, friends? My name's Justin. I'm here with the Niche Players. We're talking here with Rory Scovel. Rory was on Conan a couple weeks ago. When was that? Early July?
End of June.
End of June.
Yeah. June 29th, I think it was.
And you were on with John Dorr.
With John Dorr.
And tell us a little bit about that performance. It was a unique performance. I've never seen two stand-up comedians. Was that actually planned? I mean, was that?
Yeah, it's a sketch that he and I have done a few times. He actually has been doing it for a few years with some other comics, and I saw him do it with James Adomian in Portland a couple years ago, and then I can't remember what the reason was, but we were on a show together, and he asked if I wanted to do it, and we went up and did it. We really enjoyed it. And then we've done it just a few times over the past couple of years, I guess, since then. And he pitched it to the Conan people back in November, and then come June, they were like, yeah, we liked that idea, let's try to get it in the show.
Yeah.
And they gave us a date, and we came in and did it.
How much rehearsal went into that for you guys? Like, how long have you been working on that?
Well, I mean, I guess really the only thing you could count as a rehearsal is just the times that we've done it, but we've never really cemented any of the material. It's all kind of just whatever jokes we're doing at the time, I guess. But we never rehearse out like what the beats are going to be or what each other's going to say. It's always very organic. The actual punchlines seem to shine on their own, and even not even the punchline, even weird setups somehow just get heard every time we do it. Like those things you want people to. The things you want to kind of chime in at the right time just naturally somehow do.
When John picked up the guitar,
yeah,
and you know that I don't want to give it away because we're going to sort of spice in some clips from that performance. But I mean, the timing of that was just—it didn't seem like it was just really well rehearsed.
Yeah, well, we both knew that we were going to do about 3 jokes. We kind of knew in our own heads, like, all right, do about a minute and a half to 2 minutes, 3 jokes, you know, and really play them out. And then by then we should both hit the mark of him getting his guitar and me getting an audience member. And it just happened, like all the timing of everything was just, I was just so pleased with it because it was just so random and organic that I was like, oh, I like that. That kind of worked out.
You guys were feeling the audience, like, because I mean, doing a show, I mean, I don't know how many times you performed, in front of, like on TV, I guess, but is that, performing on TV, is that a lot different than, performing a live stand-up show?
I think so, just in terms of our own expectation of what it means to get to perform on TV. So I think you go out with these nerves that you kind of created on your own because you think, oh, I'm doing this sort of, this sort of marker in your brain, sort of resume kind of notch. So I think that kind of gets in your head doing it. But I think an audience actually for late night is, I don't want to say forgiving as in terms of bad, but like almost a little too great in terms of like a joke. I mean, you'll say a joke and you'll get this great response because it's a TV crowd who's having fun, they're excited, and they're on your side and they totally want you to succeed. So even in your head, you're like, all right, joke's funny, but let's calm down. Like not that I've experienced that with every joke I've done on TV, but I have experienced it like with a joke, and you're like, you're like, okay, cool, you guys are really energetic, and then it becomes really fun because then you really start to take bigger risk with your set while on TV that you were pretty much afraid to do until you realize that crowd was awesome.
Do you ever worry about saying something, maybe not a curse word, but just doing some joke and having it be like over the line? And then, or do you rely on editors for that? Yeah. No, for on TV.
On TV? I don't think so. I think because a lot of TV stuff you have to have it pretty well scripted for them to take a look at to approve it. And then I think once you kind of know your boundaries with what they expect you to do, it's pretty easy to stay within it. It's actually pretty easy to focus on what you're trying to do because you're actually so nervous about it that you're very focused on the task at hand, I guess. Yeah.
And tell us about, I guess, your comedy career and how it got started.
Similar to kind of what you were talking about when you came up here and there was a poetry night, I graduated college and I heard a David Cross CD and I really wanted to try to do what he was doing. I really thought it was funny. So I went to an open mic poetry night and invited all my friends and they let me go on stage and I told a bunch of, they weren't really jokes and didn't even know what I was talking about, but it was fun enough to where I was like, oh man, I think I'd really like to try this more and more. So then I moved to DC where my sister lived and I crashed on her couch and started going to open mics and it kind of just all started from that, just that I was lucky enough to have a really good first experience. So I think there are some people that have a first experience that goes really sour, and then perhaps they kind of shelved it when maybe they would have been great comics. I was lucky to have a really fun first experience to get me addicted enough to keep pursuing it.
Because I imagine even after, sometimes I think that's what happens when you start out is you have that one or two good performances, and I remember the third show I ever did, like the first two I thought were fun, they went well, I got laughs or whatever, and then the third one I invited a girl out to the show who I really liked, and her boyfriend, and completely bombed, and I literally cried after the show.
Yeah.
Because I'm very sensitive.
But it's painful. I mean, especially when you build the stakes are so high. You got people there to see it, like when you perform in front of family and friends or like people you grew up with. You really want them to.
Do you feel like that's the hardest crowd to perform in front of?
Yeah, for sure. I think whenever I go back home to Greenville, it's some of the hardest shows because I really want my friends and family to be. I mean, they're already supportive, but I mean, you really kind of want to blow them away and be like, look, this is how much fun I have, and it can sometimes be the toughest because that throws me off the most because I have this high expectation going into it. I don't relax and actually enjoy the show and have fun, and then on top of it, give a good performance because of that relaxation.
Right.
Instead, I'm so tense because I really want it to go a certain way, and because I'm forcing the expectation, it ends up becoming. I mean, the show might be okay, but I probably have performed in my hometown maybe 15 times. I would say 3 out of 15 has been a show I walked off stage going, now that's what I do. And I really got to show them that that's what I do. That's always the goal, kind of show them what you've been working on. And it's nerve-wracking. Yeah, I love performing in front of absolute strangers. They don't know anything. They haven't seen me, they don't know me. So I can start anywhere and I can go in any direction. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Rory. How's it going, man?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey,
Good to see you, man.
What time are we starting? Like 20 minutes or so?
What time is it now? Yeah, probably about 10 minutes actually, 10 or 15 minutes. Yeah, we're just wrapping up an interview and then we're gonna get going. So.
Oh, sorry.
No, this is going,
you're in here. Yeah.
we're going
I think it's
live.
perfect for the interview.
Yeah, this is actually. I was really serious, and now this is perfect. Grant Party, everybody. Grant Party. Let's get a plug in for Grant Party.
Shit.
Grant
I
does,
hired him to do. I was like, look,
Grant does the Ham Clown show on Thursday nights. He's gonna be performing tonight at the 8 Ball show.
Yeah,
cross promotion.
This is great. All right. He's a big Buffalo Bills fan too. Just.